Okay, so for this video, we are now going to tackle something really important. Kasi baka isa ka rin sa mga nagtataka hanggang ngayon, 2013 pa na-approve ang, if I'm not mistaken 2013 pa na-approve ang Enhanced Basic Education Curriculum in the Philippines, which is known as K-12. Baka kailangan mo rin ma-put into words, just like me, kung ano ba yung mga naging reasons ng Department of Education in pursuing the implementation of the K-12 Enhanced Basic Education Curriculum. Let's start. The first one is to put the education sector in the country in line with the rest of the world. With the new 12-year basic education program, students are better equipped to join overseas universities. This works both ways kasi it also makes our country's student recruitment higher. So the point for the first one is ganito. Ang dati nating setup is we have 10 years of basic education, 6 years elementary and 4 years in high school. Tama? Now, that is not really in line with most countries kasi sa mga ibang bansa, tulad halimbawa ng mga maraming states in the United States, okay, maraming districts doon, ang ini-implement talaga nila, matagal na, is a 12-year basic education program. So, if our students would like to go out of the country and study abroad, they may find it quite hard to be qualified kasi they are coming from a country that does not have the same or a similar program of 12 years. So our students, students coming from the Philippines going overseas may find it hard to be admitted to those universities. Kasi, kulang nga yung years na na binuno nila to get their basic education diploma. Now that our country is implementing a 12-year program for basic education, okay na yun. Bale, na-lesson na yun, no? Na-lesson na yung worries ng mga Filipino students kapag gusto na lang pumunta abroad kasi they have the same number of years naman. Okay, so another point here is that kung ganun yung para sa mga students natin locally, di ganun din para sa mga students na foreign, sa mga foreign students na gusto mag-aral sa Pilipinas. Just look at it. Before, if a foreign student would like to study in the Philippines, kailangan din niyang tanggapin na 10 years lang ang meron dito, and if kailangan niyang magbalik sa country kung saan man siya nanggaling, baka hindi tanggapin yung yung diploma niya, basic education diploma niya kasi nga kulang ng 2 years, right? So now that pareho na rin na 12 years yung meron tayo na basic education in the Philippines, foreign students are worry free when it comes to entering the country to study kasi they are going to be under a 12-year basic education program. Actually, mura rin daw yung pag-study dito according to some of my students who came overseas, say in Korea, and meron ako nun isa from Lebanon. Sinabi niya sa akin, ang cheap daw ng education in the Philippines. Like, okay, that's supposed to be a compliment? I don't know. Pero it works good for us because, that means we are one with the world now with the 12-year basic education program. Second point is this: to give students ample time to master content and skills that would be otherwise difficult to develop with a 10-year journey. This will ensure that students who step on the doorstep, okay, of tertiary education sectors are ready. Okay, let's skip the cheesy part. Ang point lang talaga nito is for us to be capable of finishing all of the learning competencies na kailangan may turo sa mga bata. Kasi before, it may be difficult to finish all of biology in only one school year. I mean, that's really difficult. But now, we have more years. We have 2 more years na pwedeng discuss yung mga talagang higher biologies na. And if the student is not even planning on going to the sciences, pwede niya actually ma-skip yun. Okay, pwede. And if the student would like to go to scientific or medical fields in tertiary education, pwede niya ulit makuha yun those 2 years by taking up STEM. Yun. So the point is this works for the students, and this also works for the teachers, and even for this ultimately for the system. Lahat ng dapat maturo, maituturo. The third point is to reduce youth unemployment rate. Various senior high school strands offer legitimate technical vocational training that can give a student national certificate, if you're familiar with it, NC. For some industries, this is one of the basic documentary requirements. This reason also tackles the problem on skills mismatch, easing the number of graduates whose skills do not match the current market. Okay, so that sink in. Okay, so for this point, ang problems na tinatackle dito is number one, yung unemployment rate ng mga kabataan. Before, ang mga, ang nangyayari is that we have so many graduates, even actually for tertiary, from the tertiary level, na hindi naman talaga nakakuha ng job, like after they have graduated. Now, with the addition of 2 years of senior high school, there are technical vocational strands na pwede actually magbigay ng national certificate sa mga bata. And that is something they can use if they are like, looking for jobs. Kasi, baka kailangan, ngayon, TESDA, NCs are becoming requirements for some industries, for some companies. You just have to look for them over the internet. The second problem that it's addressing is skills mismatch. Kapag halimbawa yung bata, nakatapos siya halimbawa ng 2 years of senior high school na on STEM, and then, halimbawa, natapos nga yung senior high school niya and gusto niya mag-pursue ng isang medical field. Kaso, after niya natapos yung medical field niya, parang nahirapan din siya maghanap ng trabaho, and now, the college graduate would like to really look for jobs, and then yung natin niya ng TVL, say ano ba yung pwedeng makuha ng mga whatever national certificate they got by finishing a TVL track or strand in senior high school. They can use that for as a documentary requirement in looking for a job, especially if the company is asking for such. Okay, so meron siyang double qualifications. Qualified siya sa isang career na ang kailangan niyang gamitin as a credential is yung natapos niya in college. Qualified din siya sa isang career na ang pwede niyang gamitin naman is yung nakuha niya from senior high school. But, you still have to talk about if whether or not yung national certificate meron bang validity yun. Syempre, just look it up on the internet. Pero the point there is, if you would be able to maintain trainings, or you have developed that kind of love for trainings, then go ahead, get a new NC, and then your career, the things you can do. The companies na pwede mong kabilangan, they're just becoming ever so numerous. However, it's already 2020, and we have already so many graduates now from this new system. One of the one of the saddest headlines that we have seen so far, especially for us teachers, is that our graduates in senior high school are seen by most companies as unqualified or disqualified, underqualified. Okay, so they are not companies, most major companies, that is, they don't see or they don't think that our graduates from senior high school are qualified to get a job, even a basic job, an entry level job in their companies. As of now, I don't know if our higher ups from the Department of Education are doing something about that. But one thing is for sure, that is a problem, and soon it will be tackled. We just do not know how soon is soon. So the next point is to promote universal kindergarten, where children 5 years of age, must be sent to kindergarten to be given opportunities to effectively adjust to school life. Studies show that pupils who were sent to kindergarten showed better competition rates than those who did not. And, I'm a proud product of kindergarten, pero I don't really see this connection. Kasi I was, homeschooled by my mom before I really went to kindergarten pa. So I just played in my during my daycare years. My daycare year, I just played in that classroom and made friends. That's it. So, nevertheless, ngayon, syempre, baka iba na yung mga, ano, yung mga kids ngayon. They are, at saka syempre, that was me. So, perhaps may kaklase talaga akong mas naging competitive because nag-kindergarten siya. I don't know if that is a really trusty correlation. Tama ba yung correlation? Yeah. I don't know if that is a trusty correlation, but it may be. It may be. So, what is the harm in that? Okay, so, ayun. Since 5-year-olds now are becoming numerous, kasi ang dami na ng mga, nanganganak siguro like in the previous years, marami na rin ang mga dapat mag-aral. So, for us to be able to make sure that they develop this love for learning at wala tayong maraming out-of-school youth, we start early. And so, the best solution for that is universal kindergarten. Now, we can do that with K to 12. What do you think is the K for, right? And the last one is to ensure deeper understanding of concepts and skills through a spiral progression approach. The subjects such as science, mathematics, and their branches are taught across the grade levels instead of compartmentalizing them. We have divided takes on this, but it is one of the reasons why the Department of Education pursued this program. Um, you know, we want the students to understand mathematics not as branches but as a unified system. Okay, so branches are actually interrelated. They have a connection with each other. Same goes for science. That's how we want them to understand science. We want them to understand science not just as biology, not just as chemistry, not just as physics. We want them to understand science as a whole. And that some biological processes are fueled by physical or chemical processes and so on. Ayan. So we want them to see these subjects not as divided subjects, okay, not as their branches, but as entire entities, fields of knowledge. So yeah, I hope that you were able to, that you were able to keep up with that. It's a really worthy discussion of each of the goals. But if it helps you, you notice we have them written on this video for you. So I hope that you would be able to answer that question now with 6 different points. No, 5 different points. Okay, so this is the knowledge catalog. Thanks so much.